Elijah says, "Hey, Austin and Robert, I love the podcast and I listen to every episode on my way to work on Monday and Thursday morning. I've been very excited to start investing more into Bitcoin, but I haven't built my base yet and make auto investments to about 5 to 15% of what's in my Roth 401k and Roth IRA combined. I'm young and I wanted to get into crypto early. I'd like your guys' opinion on the idea of increasing my dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin even without my base being built, since I believe in Bitcoin and I'm excited to see where it goes in the future. For context, I'm 24 years old and my wife is also 24 and we have a 16-month-old daughter. I make $73,000 a year as an early career engineer, and my wife will be working again in a few weeks as a student nurse tech, making about $750 a month. I have $5,000 in my Roth 401k, $1,500 in my Roth IRA, $650 in Bitcoin, and $6,000 in our emergency fund. Our rent is $2,000 a month, and we have an auto loan of $457 a month at 11.5% interest." Let me take a first stab at this, Robert, because I think there's a best of both worlds here. I'm all for you investing in Bitcoin before building your base. I'm cool with that. And a really easy way that I think you can do it in a risk-adjusted manner that's not too risky at a young age is allocating 10, maybe 15% of your Roth IRA portfolio into IBIT. And that new money that you invest into your Roth IRA could have some of that Bitcoin exposure. So you have $650 right now in Bitcoin. You have $1,500 in your Roth IRA. Let's assume you max that out every year. So now you're talking about, $1,000, maybe $1,200 a year invested into Bitcoin over there. You add that now to your $650, we're closing in on $2,000 a year invested into Bitcoin. And over a long period of time, because you want to have this long-term mentality with Bitcoin, I'm sure that'll grow exponentially and you're going to be just fine. Right? The mistake I think people make, and I see my friends do it all the time, is they open up a Robinhood account, they get their paycheck, and they go deposit $500 into Robinhood, and they put it all into Bitcoin or Dogecoin or whatever coin is the coin of the month here. It goes to 300, and they think, oh man, I got to win it back by putting it into something more risky, and then it goes up, but then they don't sell in time, and now it goes back down to 100, and now you're out $500, dude. So you absolutely can add Bitcoin, in my humble opinion. You're young, just do it in a way that is, sort of risk-adjusted returns by putting it into the Roth IRA. So you're going to have that long-term mentality regardless. And again, IBIT or BTCI are two really cool ETFs that allow you to have some Bitcoin exposure.
I love that. And I think absolutely Elijah should get some money into Bitcoin. If he's following along and he loves the crypto space, he sees the future of it, I'm okay with it as well, and I don't think the base is necessary in this instance because I believe Bitcoin, it has outperformed pretty much everything for the last 10 years. I think it'll continue doing that for another 5 years, and then it'll start to kind of level out and be like a traditional investment. So I love that, and like Austin said, you can get the exposure through these ETFs. And I think it's a great idea to get some of your money in there in Bitcoin, even if it's only $100 or $200 a month, like Austin said, because as Bitcoin grows and the crypto space grows, you're going to be right there inside of it. And you're going to feel good about it because you own a piece of it now while it's still early on.
Now, here's what I don't like. Well, first off, congrats. You guys have achieved a lot by 24 years old. Like, you guys are doing a great job. 73,000. I mean, you are making some awesome money, and your wife is going to be making some awesome money here too. But I'm skeptical of only a $6,000 emergency fund. Your rent's $2,000 a month. Your auto loan is another $500. I'm assuming you guys are probably spending $4,000 to $6,000 a month just living life. And that's what you have to budget every month. It's called $5,000. You should have at least a 3-month emergency fund, which puts you much closer to the $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 range versus just $6,000. Maybe before you get really, really excited about adding Bitcoin to your portfolio, it's probably a better idea to beef up your emergency fund a lot closer to that $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 range, really putting a good buffer between you and life versus just $6,000. I just think that's a little too low. And then over time, maybe you guys by 30 have a goal of buying a house. And so now you got to think about, the down payment of that and saving money and putting that aside. So there's a lot to get excited about. You guys are very young, but don't fall victim to this idea that you have to be, levered up to your eyeballs and trying to buy this and do that and invest in that. Like, stay focused, stay disciplined. You guys are very young. There's always going to be the next big thing to invest in. There's always going to be people that make more money than you at your age that invested into something cool and now they're on a yacht. Like, it's cool. I want to really, really emphasize you guys are crushing it. and you guys are going to do so well with your money over the next 10, 15, 25 years.